I enjoy some of the old and I enjoy the new, and if I can find a balance between it, that's where I find my satisfaction.
Hi, my name is Connor Lennon, and today I'll be pitching to you my idea for the BCM325 digital artifact. It took me a while to come up with an idea because the topic is so broad, but I managed to narrow it down to something that I know and love, which is the world of surfing. Not necessarily the sport itself, but the culture that surrounds the sport, from fashion to business to technology and marketing strategies that create this world-renowned sport. The social media-driven industry encompasses my life, and I'm aware that this is not a niche market. Therefore, continuing this idea seems fitting. In regards to how this idea will impact the future of the sport, I've decided to take a deep dive into individual realms of the sport. To do so, I'll be delivering a weekly podcast where I discuss topics within the world of surfing, analysing trends and best practices that may dictate the future progression of the sport, and posing questions such as who sponsors or who runs the events, and how that mandates progression of the sport, along with financial decisions of major corporations. For example, one of the main topics I wish to observe is the impact of social media on the sport, analysing the older generations against the present, and how that would dictate the future paths for the younger generations to take. Social media is entrenched deeply within the surfing culture as it allows athletes a connection to the individual. Academic Kishore Abeza writes in his Relationship with Marketing and Social Media in Sport. He says, social media opened up a wider opportunity to get and stay in touch with customers in a direct way, to engage in dialogue and to know and understand customers than better before. Through a close knowledge of customers, sports marketers will be able to better understand the needs of relevant customers and groups and be able to respond accordingly. Careers are also created within this realm. The idea of a free surfer solely surviving on sponsor money rather than actually surfing on the professional tour. Social media and its impact is one of the topics I wish to understand throughout this digital artifact. Already I've gathered fellow surfers and peers who are interested in this culture, and some have agreed to join me on this podcast to discuss their thoughts and attitudes towards these topics. Utilising the podcast method adheres to the general rules I've learned throughout this degree, being fast and inexpensive to create as it is free, and following from this, it is important to understand the FIFO principle, which is to fail early and fail often, so I'm more than open to feedback throughout this time.